Hi guys, Andy here. Welcome back to Let's Meet Adam. I'm pretty certain this is the last episode. I want to say it should be, but if not, whoops. Also, I hope you enjoyed the last couple of episodes. Also, would like to get maybe some feedback. I still have the raw footage for all the Let's Meet Adams. For the what is it? I have all the raw footage left over from when I first recorded the series. So I'm thinking of compiling all the not safe for work scenes and uploading it to video, but it will be Patreon exclusive. So if that's an idea people would like to see, let me know. I'll probably do it anyway, just for my own entertainment. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching the series with me. I know it's taken 8 or 9 months, give or take a month or two, to get here. So thank you again for sticking with me. Thank you, Soul Softy, for sending me this. So I'm super duper excited. So let's dive in, shall we? What? Where am I? I'm staring up at a soft blue, cloudless sky. A warm, heavenly light caresses me. As a cool breeze calms the tinge of sweat sitting on my skin. Sitting up, it starts to become clearer where I am. It's beautiful, isn't it? A familiar voice nearby surprises me, but offers me a helping hand. We actually get a lot of good days like this. Makes me think we've been taking it for granted. You know? I. Yeah, you're right. River and I stand side by side. We face a canyon, that which could swallow an entire city whole. Together. For some reason, it doesn't feel weird that River is right here. It was a mistake, you know, leaving here. No, don't say that, Riv. I shouldn't have left without you. I had a bad feeling about LA from the start, but I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it on my own. I was upset when you left, but I'd be selfish if I couldn't understand why. It was brave of you to go. I. I was only able to move out on my own when chasing after you and your shadow. As usual. I let out a sad chuckle, smile, and lower my head. That's so not even true. Adam, look at me. I turned to my missing friend, his smile and expression, clear as day. Everyone thinks I'm the shot caller between us. But that's not reality or the truth. Well, duh, you were just taller. So everyone assumed. The truth is, I've always admired and followed you. What? My best friend put his hand upon my shoulder, with a look that reminds me of when we were kids. When you put your mind and your heart into it, you're able to come over anything. All the bullying, the family drama, the heartbreak, then the isolation. Overcame it all. You just need to recognize that, Adam. And believe in it. I did. I did, didn't I? A solemn moment passes between us, like the flow of canyon air rising up from its bellows, and I see my reflection in River's eyes, sad, yet smiling. What should I do? Who can I trust? What happened to you, Riv? That's my main question. What happened to you? I got caught up, Adam. What else can I say? I forgot who I am, what I'm about, and I let LA chew me up and spit me out. No, I mean, where are you? Are you okay? River lets down and smiles. A soft, sad one. When our eyes meet again, I think I find my answer. You found one insight point. Sweet! Suddenly, a wall of tears streamed down my face. I can't explain why or what I'm feeling. Embarrassed, I cover my face with my hands, sobbing into them with a sudden and powerful force. I feel River's arms wrap around me in a comforting hug, releasing them in time to allow me my moment. When I look up, he's gone. and all I'm left with is the stinging power of the desert wind, ripping the tears from my eyes and face. River. River? I shoot right up into a sitting position, my eyes adjusting to the white sunshine streaming into the room. A delicate white linen sheet still covering my legs. My mind, it's still so cloudy. Hello, Evander? Babe, thank goodness you picked up. Are you alright? Things are still a bit fuzzy. Ow. My head. It still freaking hurts. Well, at least that's all that hurts. And it's not physical trauma. I made sure to look you over once I got you to the apartment. Confirm you didn't have any injuries anywhere. You brought me to your apartment? Yeah, you weren't answering your text or calls. Which isn't that weird when you're out, I guess. But I just had the weirdest feeling. Something was wrong. So I thought I'd park in front of the venue. Maybe catch you leaving? And that's when I noticed some weird movements in the alley. Luckily, I checked. If not, I wouldn't have found you. Face up in the dirt, babbling something fierce. So that's when you scooped me up and brought me home? Yep. Honestly, at first I wasn't even sure where I was. Rohypnol will do that to you. Rohyp what? Rohypnol. Roofies. You think I was roofied? Well, I can't be totally sure. You'd probably need a blood sample tested. But when I found you, and throughout the entire trip home in my car, there's just no way that was only booze. The gravity of Evander's words start to finally sink in. I feel violated. Disgusted. Adam? The worry in his tone pierces at my heart through the phone. What happened last night? Can you tell me what happened? It's still a bit fuzzy. Of course I'll try. You're one of the only people in my life that I can talk to about this. But can we do this in person? Where are you? I'm sorry. I couldn't take this morning off work. There is no one to open the clinic. But don't worry. I've got the afternoon covered. So I'm only doing a half day. I can totally be back at the apartment right after lunch. Evander is so good to me. The thought of how lucky I am almost makes me cry again. Oh, thank you so much. That makes me feel a lot more at ease. Just thank you for everything. You're very welcome. And I do want to talk about it now, actually. If you still can. Of course. Shoot. I feel like I need to know all the details. And maybe talking about it will also help jog that memory of yours. And that's when he, Starface, showed up. Thank God you came to check that alley. I'm pretty certain I'd be dead if you hadn't. Did he say anything to you? Yes, but his voice was distorted. Some kind of voice modulation? Either way, it's not a voice I could place or recognize. Holy shit. Yeah. It's not like he needed to say much anyways. The sledgehammer he was holding said it all. I'm really worried about you. This is spiraling out of control. Do you understand that? What are you going to do about this? Tell me, where's your head at? I don't know, honestly. I'm thinking I'll stop by work, do some investigating, snooping. Don't do that. I'll be home around 1:30, maybe 2. Just stay at the apartment. Okay. Then we can, I don't know, make sure we have our stories straight. Then call the cops or something. What? We're going to call the police? You don't want to? No, you're probably right. Listen, we can talk about it when I get home. Alright, Adam? Of course. See you soon. That's right. See you soon. Be safe. We're not going to be safe, are we? Nope. Perhaps it's a terrible idea, but I decide to visit the studio. Besides, it's not like I told Evander I wouldn't go in. A painful churn at the bottom of my stomach reminds me that I have a hard time justifying half-truths, even to myself. But that dream, River, I think it meant something. It meant, be brave. I promised I would be, and I will. I roll my shoulders back and take a deep breath, after patting down my quivering stomach. Ah, Adam! I jump when a loud voice announces itself, before the side door forcefully swings open. Goodness me, I didn't expect you to be here. A pang of suspicion flashes across my eyes briefly. And why would that be? Well, a lot of the staff aren't in today. Granted, most of them are likely hungover. Bumbling dimwits the lot. But seeing as how I have my own headache, I can't be too pissed. Right, my boy. Right. Did you have an enthralling time last night? Enthralling? I wouldn't go that far, Tad. But it was certainly, interesting. Interesting. Is that the best you can muster? Tad's clearly irked. I don't share the same rapture at Manticore having owned the night. But I don't have the energy or want to play nice with him, as if everything's fine. But before you say another word, follow me to my office. I have some news that's sure to astound. If last night didn't. Tad, what on earth are you going on about? Enough! Everyone's waiting. And with that, Tad turns around and starts to walk away from me. I have to admit, the thought of returning to his office makes me wary. But I clench both hands into tight fists and run up beside him, towards the sound of a murmuring audience. As I walk into his perpetually dim workspace, I notice a good-sized congregation, all standing around Tad's desk. Luckily, there are a lot of familiar faces. Soren, sorry, I didn't mean to read it. Soren, Adam, over here. Soren waves me over in an exaggerated fashion, on tiptoe, his arm waving side to side like a giant fan. Hey Adam, you made it. Dude, you don't look bad at all. Guess you didn't have a crazy night, huh? You gotta, tell me all your secrets someday. I, on the other hand, feel like death. That's 'cause you aren't rocking the traditional, and might I say, time-honored next day dark sunglasses look. Oof, black sunglasses don't suit me at all, Chuck. Otherwise, I'd be totally down. Is it bad form that I had, a super rad time last night? So happy I didn't go. I'm glad you aren't totally one of us yet. I'd for reals miss having this version of our Chuck around. Right on. I totally get you. You're really quiet. What happened to you last night? You just disappeared. John said he got bored waiting around for you, so he kinda just left? If I'm honest, That's when I noticed the Johns, both glaring at me from across the room. I feel a shudder course its way up my spine, but I keep it together with steely determination, holding both their gazes, and stare right back. Near the front, I see the two colossal figures of Absy and Hunter. Absy with that ever-present smile, and Hunter at his side only slightly taller, and like a bodyguard, his face looking more serious and formal than I've ever witnessed it. Both fixated on the figure of Tad up front, who is gulping down water before addressing the masses. Hello, to Adam. I feel a gentle tug on my elbow. What's going on with you? You're totally not acting like yourself. He's probably just gassed from yesterday. Isn't that right, dude? Yeah, that's right. I was going to say, the booze last night just didn't agree with me. That's all. Soren furrows his brows at me, clearly bemused. Luckily before anyone questioned me further. Tad clears his throat loudly and begins his usual theatrics. First off, let me begin by saying I'm pleased by the turnout and support of all those who attended GAVA. You remembered you're all ambassadors of the brand, and that you all represent me, and you conducted yourselves as such. Congratulations! None of you are fired. A few people in the audience awkwardly slow clap at this. He's one to talk about remembering. Considering how plastered he was, Soren sends me a soft nudge, while I shoot him a quick smile in return. And so rejoice, I say. Manticore fucking kicked royal ass last night. Pardon my French. I meant we took home so many honors by landslide. You should have seen the look on the faces of those men.com and Netsdoor Studios drags. Listen, I may have watched a couple of them, men.com and Netsdoor. We're not going to talk about which ones. Tad is savoring this so hard that it's causing him to sweat and get teary-eyed. Absy laughs and the John smirk, seeming very pleased at obliterating the competition. But that's not all. No. I have 2 more absolutely riveting announcements. So, naturally, our Absy once again won Performer of the Year. Bravo. The room bursts into applause. Soren, Chuck, and I face Absy and clap in his direction, to which Absy nods at us, in a humble but definitive manner. Yes, we all knew that was coming, so I suppose an announcement isn't much of a shock. However, I'm also thrilled to proclaim that my masterpiece, yes, the very porno that the future of Manticore video may very well rest upon, is almost 50% filmed, and within budget. Even though we spared no expense at the artistic vision and execution. Absolutely marvelous. And to top it all off, I've made a decision on who will be its cover model. And that would be my newest muse. Oh, fuck, it's me, isn't it? The delectable and always arousing Adam. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. As the news almost sends me collapsing onto the floor. Tad is clapping, positively beaming at me, like a proud father. I don't understand. Me? But why? Dear boy, I believe I told you already. I thought everyone knew. I put a preview of your scene with John up to that online website of ours, and the sheer number of emails and comments, unprecedented. All positive, all salacious, tens of thousands of them, from all around the globe, demanding to know more about you, and clamoring to see more. I'd be a damn fool not to highlight your inclusion through the cover spot. I'm in so much shock. I can't muster one solitary word. The only thing I can press myself to do is look around the room, wanting to shrink away, and vanish into nothingness. This should be interesting. Absy's amused laughter pierces the murmuring above the room. Straight away, my focus darts over to them, as Absy leans over and whispers something to Hunter, but I avert my eyes quickly. When Absy's eyes and mine make sudden contact. Electrifying stuff, isn't it? The point is, just because Manticore swept the night at GAVA, doesn't mean I'll rest on my laurels. There's no shortage of projects coming up, so we still have our work cut out for us. To Manticore video, now into the future and forever. With that, the crowd slowly starts to disperse, and file their way out of Tad's office. Adam, man. Well, that was totally unexpected. Yeah, you can say that again. Was it, though? Soren looks at Chuck and I with a coy smile, although I, for one, remain undecided as to whether that last little bitty was a good thing, or a bad thing. For you, of course, Adam. Sadly, Manticore always wins out in the end. Chuck lets out a huge sigh, confirming without words the reality of the situation. In all my years, I think this was the most interesting meeting we've had yet. You can just tell Tad is fucking feeling himself. Riding this high, as he's never called his underlings to a meeting. In his office before. Underlings. I hate to say it, but that's exactly how Tad thinks of everyone. He is the brand, and Manticore Video is him. We're all just insignificant cells that comprise him. While he alters his dynasty, ooh, Tad. He just doesn't get it. Does he, Absy? He'll never be a true visionary. It's like Chuck is about to intervene when... So I hate to steal away a prized commodity, but I'm pretty greedy. You covet beauty for yourself. I know you. You don't like to share. I collect and thus protect. You're such a liar. Be that as it may, would you two mind giving Adam and I a minute? Sure thing. Adam, we'll catch up later then, okay? I still want to hear about your night. Finish up our convo. Will do, Soren. Soren shoots me a soft and somewhat sad smile before walking away. And that's my opening to Jet as well. Check your boys later. Chuck and Absy fist bump. Before Chuck takes me into an affectionate side hug. It catches me off guard, but I find it very sweet of him. And hey Adam, just because you catch the wave doesn't mean you gotta ride it all the way. That's the best advice I can give you. Hope it comes in handy. I look longingly at Chuck, leaving me alone with Absy. Granted, Absy's never been anything but cordial to me. I'm still just not used to being around someone so formidable. So, I know you don't know me as well as some of the other guys, like Soren or even Hunter. But I wanted to check in with you, Adam. I know this is a lot. Tad is a lot. Yes, even for the best of us. How are you holding up? Just to be clear, I didn't ask for this. Not many do. There are those like you who are destined for it. Welcome to the elite. And I think that's a damn good reason to celebrate. Why don't you join me tonight in an hour or so? At my place for a drink. Just the two of us? Yes, of course. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but it was very wrong of me to doubt you have what it takes. So let me make it up to you. I don't like where this is going. This is my very sincere attempt to make things right. I don't like where this is going. Wow. I never expected to see this side of Absy. Let alone actually hang out with him. One-on-one. And he seems pretty genuine about wanting to do so. But I did kind of let Evander think I'd be at the apartment. Fuck. Let's decline his offer for now. You know what? Let's drop a save first before I do anything. Decline the offer. I can't. Absy's eyes narrow at me, having said it so definitively. But it doesn't offend him. If anything, he seems amused by my answer. Evander and I have plans. Besides Absy, it's a little short notice for me, if I'm being honest. Honesty. It's a currency that doesn't get you much nowadays. I thought I was being honest, and look what it got me. You turned me down anyways. Absy shreds his shoulder in a devil-may-care fashion. But I respect your time and your decision. Can I take a rain check? Of course. But Absy points a finger at me, playfully tapping it after against my collarbone. Rain checks eventually expire. Absy promptly turns away and leaves. I'm still in shock that he asked me to hang today. I should have asked him if he knew anything about what happened to me last night. Maybe I should have taken him up on his offer. Either way, if I'm honest, I'm relieved I turned him down. Besides, there's someone I'd much rather spend my time with. The thought of Evander makes a silly smile leap into my face. There isn't a lot of time before we'll be home. I'll call Soren later. Evander came back to his apartment as soon as he could, just like he promised. We had a really good and frank conversation, and both agreed that it would be safer if I start staying with him from here on out. Sure, the circumstances aren't ideal, that being a huge understatement, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited. I've never lived with a boyfriend before. I'll stop by my apartment, pick up some of my stuff, and call the police as soon as I get back to our place. I return to my apartment only to find the AC is out for the entire complex. God damn it. The lights also seem to be acting up. I anxiously fiddle with my living room switches, before giving up and wiping my brow from the sweltering heat. I can't wait to leave this place. Nothing ever works around here. I softly walk into the center of my apartment, hardly producing a single sound. This apartment has always made me feel like an unwelcome squatter. For some reason tonight, though, I feel more apprehensive about being here than ever before. I look around with my hands on my waist. What should I start packing first? I decide to pack up my toiletries, fumbling in the dark as the bathroom lights are also out. Huh? The landline by the bed goes off, to my dismay and unease. I hesitantly creep over to pick up the receiver. My blood chills at the deformed voice on the other line. There's no need to ask who this is. The voice is already ingrained into the darkest part of my psyche. What do you want? Isn't the more pressing question, where am I? Glad you're out of the bathroom, but I appreciate if you move closer to your window. No! I hate this! I'm having a harder time seeing you. Fuck you, I'm not doing anything you say. Besides, you're lying. I think this brave face is your meager attempt at bluffing. You're too much of a pansy to be a gambling man. I'm going to hang up and call the police. Hang up and I'll tear Evander's intestines out with my bare hands. Don't hurt him. I won't hang up. I scream into my phone, nearly dropping it. My hands are shaking so intensely. That's a good little bitch. Now calm your ass down before you piss me off. Where is he? If you mean Evander, he's safe at his apartment. For now. But if you mean River, my heart skips a beat. I should have known. Of course you know about River. What did you do to him? I'm trying my best to stay calm, but I'm screaming, begging through my sobs. Starface's tone is bored, but with a threatening undertone of glee to it. Sky came in hot but humble. A lot like you did. Thing is, I don't buy humble. That's a front people put up. When they aren't ballsy enough to own their greatness. He made things complicated. So he had to go. Much like you're going to. I forced down everything rising from the pit of my core, gulping down both my sick and my emotions. What do you mean? You're going to run away, Adam. Run away with your tail between your legs, and don't ever come back. If you stay, I'll take that as a threat. You bastard. You're the one threatening me. What is it you want anyways? I want you to disappear. And I'm giving you the option to do so with your head intact. I would have relished ending you sooner, but not everything falls into place the way I'd wanted. So take the clue, why don't you? And fucking hightail it out of LA tonight. Before we have another problem. I let the receiver drop from my cold, numb hand. It dawns on me for the first time, even through my determination, through my love and desire to save River, that I'm in way over my head. That a real, immovably terrifying monster stands in my way. Is River? Finally, I recognized the horrifying likelihood of River's death. I knew it was a strong possibility the entire time, but I thought perhaps if I didn't acknowledge it, it wouldn't come true. Maybe he fled Los Angeles with everything he had, just like I was instructed to do. Biding his time, letting things cool down before resurfacing. I break down and cry for an hour, before finally scraping myself off the living room floor, throwing what little I can into my duffel bag, then rushing out of the apartment like my life depended on it. And it does. When I arrive at Evander's place, he meets me with the most dreadful look in his eyes. He must be able to tell from my face that something is terribly, terribly wrong. I bite my lip in sadness, thinking that all I ever bring him, in abundance, is misery and horror. I explain the threatening phone call, and tell Evander what I've decided, that I'm leaving LA for good. Luckily, Evander decided to leave with me. We hugged for what felt like an eternity, with me sobbing into his strong protective chest. He said that although it hadn't been that long, that he was certain I was the one. Evander couldn't afford to lose me now, and if keeping me and our love safe meant running away together, then that's what we'd do. And it was everything I dreamed of for a while. We had a happy life, him and I, but no relationship could survive the strain of what we left behind. Both of us constantly looking over our shoulders. My inconsolable guilt over abandoning River. His frustration with never being enough to pull me through. We fought every day. Cried and made up every other day. Until it was just enough. Evander left me, and he was right to do so. Evander and I still speak every now and then, as terse and stifled as those conversations go. And he may hate me for it, but in my mind, I kept him safe. Unlike the friend I sought to save. Bittersweet end. Aw, yay, we finally got an ending. So there are like 7 endings to this game. I won't be doing all of them because I don't quite exactly have the time to do it again. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I'm sad we didn't actually solve the mystery, although I have an inkling I kind of may have cheated. So I kind of figured out what... I didn't know we were going to get this ending. I really didn't. So I kind of really enjoyed this though. So, but yeah, if you want to go play this game, it is available on itch.io. The link will always be in the description. I like this game. It's probably one of my... I love mystery games. And I will probably play this on my off time because this is a lot to take in. Especially to figure out the exact guides for it. Even there's a purity system in which you, I guess, you still kind of leave with Evander. But yeah, I am trying to process all this. It's been a very long 8 or 9 months playing this or trying to get this done. But yeah, again, like I said, available on itch.io. Thank you all so much for watching with me. I really kind of want to play this on my own now, but yeah. Bye for now. I forgot there was an ending. So this is ending number 2 out of 8 because when I clicked off, that's what it said. But yeah. So I love this game. I wish I would have been smarter with my choices, but I'm not that smart. Okay, this was my first playthrough, of course. So I just kind of answered how I wanted to answer. But yeah, this was such a fun game. Thank you again, SoulSofty, for sending me this. I'm sorry it took so long. I'm satisfied with what I got for YouTube, so that makes me happy. Like I said, it took me so long. I had a very busy year, kind of, between... Just in general, I just had a really busy year. The summer I had a big revelation happen in my life, and it kind of threw me off for a couple of months again. So I threw myself back into my actual job, and then bouncing around streams and figuring out what I wanted to do. So I'm glad this is finished now. I'm very happy with it. Um, Look, I'm in the thank you. Aww. I feel like such an asshole for not uploading this as quick as possible. But yeah, that was Let's Meet Adam 2. That was ending bitter. That was a bittersweet ending. 2 out of 8. So, but yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week. As for what's next, I don't know. There are a couple of games I want to play, but I kind of want to put everything off until like October to do spooky games or spooky visual novels. I'm a big fan of that still. So, but yeah, thank you so much for watching and sticking with me. Bye for now. I'll see you in the next series.